Hi, welcome back to another Cup of Grace. I'm just doing a quick read before I start my work shift today. I'm still working my full-time job. I do feel led to leave it, but there's a Queen of Pentacles. And the Fool. So this message is for a Queen of Pentacles who's ready to go take a journey. I went to lift it. I also see the Hermit sideways. This could be somebody who's either in isolation, gonna move away, maybe to separate themselves from other people. You could be a Virgo. Geesh. But this Ten of Swords, so maybe you've recently had some kind of betrayal in your life. Woo! And oh my goodness, I might have one more. Sometimes when I get sneezes, they'll come in like twos and threes. So like you had this betrayal, and now you're like, you know what? I'm good. I'm good. You know what? I'm good. Just, yeah. You know what? It kind of feels like the kind of like, you know what? You know what? I'm a Queen of Pentacles, right? I already have everything I need. I'm just gonna leave the past in the past. We're not even gonna, to the point where you're so to the point where you're not even gonna grieve over it. Like the betrayal was so much that the betrayal itself was all the closure you needed. You may want to work on grounding your energy. Maybe the delays were tied up in that Ten of Swords. So like you're like, you know what? I'm gonna go on this journey on my own, and I'm gonna reconnect with myself. So you're being guided to practice gratitude at this time. So even though you've been through this Ten of Swords situation, I feel like your spirit guides want you to. Oh, and then here's root chakra again, and we just saw ground your energy. So I'm going to take your root chakra. And Mimi back there, Mimi just confirmed. Mimi's like, yes, ground the root chakras. Yep. There may be somebody out there doing moon magic on you. So you may want to do some spiritual cleansing. Shower with some Epsom salt. Yeah, and here we have again, connect to your roots to find yourself. So you may want to, tap into your ancestors. Your ancestors are going to help lead the way. So let's talk about earth energy and roots. Positive affirmations. You may want to speak positive affirmations about yourself. Just remember that how other people treated you is not a reflection of you, it's a reflection of them. And also that you haven't done anything to deserve this. We also have your crown chakra out here. It's not about deserving or not deserving. It's like what other people do really actually has little to do with you, right? People are, and look, Spirit said, yep, that's true. Also, if you were wondering something else, the answer is yes. You're being guided to break the pattern. Music may be very important to you. With this switch off, but the switch off is upside down. So maybe you're gonna, if you don't have a YouTube channel or social media outlet, you may be guided to start one. Yeah, saying bring your ideas to life. So if you've been thinking about starting something, you should definitely start it. We also have beware of fake friends, but it's upside down. So if somebody's trying to make you think that somebody around you is false, this is possibly just projection from the outside, like spiritual manipulation. Trust your own intuition at this time. Oh, we also have your sacral chakra. So, and a throat chakra. So all your chakras are like really firing at this time. Yeah, you're being called to call on your ancestors. Yes, tap into your ancestral roots. They really want you to tap in. And it's a plot twist, but it's upside down. It's going to be a plot twist for somebody else. Because somebody else, whatever they're doing with this moon magic, they were thinking something was going to happen, and it's not. It's going to happen to them. So instead of affecting your third eye, they're affecting their own third eye. Crazy. Well, that's what happens. We get back to energy we put out into the universe. So if you're constant, if you want somebody else to be confused and blind, you're going to be confused and blind. That's what's going to happen. Energetic tithing, yes. So you can't just harvest energy from people and keep taking and taking and taking and not give something to those people that is of equal value. You have to do this. If you do not do it, it is theft and robbery, and in some cases, it's like a spiritual rape. Stop it. The energy isn't going to allow you to do that anymore. You're being encouraged to practice sports. You may want to join a gym, maybe get into like a boxing club, you know. Yeah, and we have here remove stagnant energies you may want to clean around you. And your spirit guides are here. Actually, their spirit guides are also look, these people, when they got into this Ten of Swords energy, their spirit guides now are on your side helping you to guide you away from this person. Because even their own spirit guides are like, wow, bro, this person just did way too much. Dang, dude. When your own spirit guides are tired of you, you know you did too much. Their spirit guides are like, man, this person doesn't listen. Like, we're just over here trying to help and show them the way, and they just not gonna. Nope. It's not gonna. We have wish. It says make a wish with a dandelion in the wind. We also have teach, inspire others, and let nature be your greatest teacher. So you're being guided to maybe get out in nature. Well, we saw that you needed to ground yourself, right? And with that root chakra, so maybe get out in nature and dance. Allow yourself some fun each day, just as the sun dances with the moon each night. Give you one more and we're going to wrap this up. Risk. It says learn to grow wherever you are planted. I love this topic of planting because you had all this like root and grounding messages about grounding yourself. So maybe as you go on this fool's journey, and as you go into this hermit season to separate yourself from these people who are doing all this during this time, it's a great opportunity for you to take this time to, I would even recommend, because we saw the positive affirmations, but we also see this make a wish, right? So maybe take some, because like as you go into this fool journey, when the fool talks about getting on that journey, right? If you can, and as a Queen of Pentacles, if you can go anywhere and do anything, then ask yourself, if I can go anywhere and do anything, what's the one thing I would really like to do? And then make wishes set on that, because I feel like uh, as you do this, it's gonna help free up. And then as you're thinking about what you'd really like to do, I feel like it's gonna, you know, and maybe with this teaching, you can find somebody who will teach you something that you need to know to go visit this faraway place. I don't know why I said faraway place, but you maybe are wanting to go visit a faraway place. So you may want to learn a language, learn how to cook their food while you're there. Who knows? You know what? I don't know why, but this like came to mind just now. It's actually came to my mind every so often lately. There's this movie called Under the Tuscan Sun, right? And it's about this lady who's like a college professor, and after finding out her husband's been having an affair, she got a divorce, right? And at first she's like super depressed and goes through like this grieving process, but then she decides to take a trip to Italy. And like while she's there, she decides to buy this old abandoned vineyard, and so she starts working on it. And, so of course, since she buys it, she like kind of moves there, and she just goes and gets this whole new life, you know? And it's like, I feel like whatever this betrayal was, it kind of almost gives like that world card feeling where it's like the completion of a cycle, it's this isn't just the end of this situation. It's not also not the end of a dark, possibly if you've been in a dark night of the soul, you're probably about to come out of that. That time is over for you. You've completed everything. You made it through. Congratulations. Give yourself a great big hug of self-love. Just take your so I got this from a dating coach that I watch on YouTube. And so if you take your arms and wrap them around yourself, you should give yourself a great big hug of self-love. And yeah, show yourself some love, because you've been through this really hard time, and instead of focusing or just only dwelling on what's happened to you, take this time to love yourself and just be like, you know what? Think of the things that you did well in this situation and how you continue to show up the way you should have, because you're exiting the situation still being in this Queen of Pentacles energy, right? So I feel like you should be really proud of yourself, and you should look at all the great and amiable qualities you have about yourself. And I think you should celebrate yourself. And the fact that we have this Fool and the Hermit, with this Hermit, I do feel is possibly this time after going through all this stuff, you do need some time to yourself so that you can heal and figure out where you want to go next in life. And that's where I feel like these affirmations out of the Whispering Woods are all like, so there's all this talk about like grounding yourself, reconnecting with your roots. So maybe find out, like, they have like those DNA or the ancestry quests, find out where you're from. Maybe you're being guided to go back to your people's original homeland. Maybe that's something for you. Maybe like if your people had like certain kind of dances, learning how to do their dance, you know it says learn to grow wherever you're planted. I don't know, that learning to grow wherever you're planted and this idea that you're going to take a trip far away just kind of was giving me vibes about that under the Tuscan sun. I don't know. So that may be really significant for you. And if you like this, I do personal readings. I haven't done one in a little bit, but I do them. I have a link in my coffee, and you can buy one through there, and it'll let me know. And I have a free Discord that you can join. That's also in the About links. And that's it. Have a safe Friday. Happy Friday, guys. Maybe I'll do one after work since I get off a little bit earlier today. So, well, it's not a shorter shift, but I work an earlier shift than normal. So I got to work pretty soon. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.